F1 is back and better than ever. I'm so excited. This is the most excited I've been for a season in a long time, and it's finally here. The day has finally arrived. I'm not messing around today. There's something I want to address that I've been seeing that has been bothering me. Let's go straight. We'll get to the race and all the nitty gritty of that, but there's people running around with their heads on fire. That's the ones that aren't running around like headless chickens, saying doom and gloom. The sun has eclipsed. The sky has fallen. This is going to be Red Bull and Max Verstappen tying up the championship by the summer break. There's two reasons I don't believe that. I just don't know what people are seeing. I don't know what you saw that I didn't see. Because the way I saw it, I went, ding dong, we're going to have a four-way scrap for the championship. Mercedes, Aston, Ferrari, Red Bull. That's what I saw. And Fernando Alonso has come, the Dark Lord has come from the depths of hell himself to save us. He is the second coming. He is our salvation. He is here to save us from a walkaway title fight. Don't you dare bet against Fernando Alonso. Because it will be, well, it won't be a lot. I mean, nothing will happen. But I wouldn't recommend it. He's come to save us. And I think the top four look really close. A few upgrades. Getting the Europe package, they're right there. They're thereabouts. This isn't a case of Mercedes in 2014 when they were a second and a half faster than the next car. Teams are there or thereabouts. They're not there yet. Can they beat Red Bull on merit today? No, they cannot. I won't lie to you there. But Red Bull's ceiling, but there's loads of reasons to be optimistic. Red Bull's ceiling is going to be so much lower because they're already starting from such a high base. They've got that penalty. They have easily the least wind tunnel time. They only have 63% wind tunnel time. Aston Martin, because they did such a bad job last year, have 95%. That is significant. Even Mercedes are going to have a good few percent on Red Bull. So I just don't get the doom and gloom. I saw something totally different. I saw four teams, or one team that's clearly the best, but three other teams that are there or thereabouts. So yeah, and we'll get into those teams more specifically. I'm looking at my notes and stuff. You know, I'm very official. But so let's talk about the race. Wasn't a snooze fest. It wasn't great. It was kind of a real middling race. It was a bit of a shame there was nothing going on at the front. It was just Max going out for a Sunday drive, you know, pulling away, barely trying. But there were some really nice sort of side stories going on. It was really interesting watching the Aston, who was out of position for qualifying potentially, in fifth place, Fernando. And then Lance Stroll decided to fuck him up the arse. And he went back down a couple more positions. So he was out of position for a long time in the race and was just kind of nursing his ties. But he came back and we had some really great fun fights with the Mercedes. So that was the highlight. The story of Aston fighting Mercedes. So that was great. What else do we have? The Ferraris again. Ferrari. Oh my gosh. I mean, it is funny, but it's not funny. It's sad. But yeah, they've blown another engine up. Charles Leclerc didn't finish the race because they decided to blow the engine up again. I'll say this. I don't think it's cause for... It's clearly cause for concern, but I don't think it's the end of the world. The car's reasonably fast. Like I said, they're thereabouts with Red Bull and Aston. So if they can just get on top of this reliability, I think they'll be all right. But if it's another season of throwing it in the fence every weekend and blowing the engines up, then yeah, I don't know. Mercedes is another weird one where Toto Wolff has been effing and blinding that this is the biggest catastrophe disaster ever to happen. I thought they've clearly taken a step back. But again, they're there or thereabouts. They're definitely the worst of the top four. But they're there or thereabouts. It's not... He's acting like they're McLaren. We'll get to McLaren. But he's acting like they're McLaren. I don't know why he's so vexed. Clearly, he doesn't want to be the fourth best car. He wants to be the best car. That's true, but I don't think it's as big a catastrophe as he's making it out to be. The only thing that's concerning is they said they aren't going down the right development path. Well, that's concerning when the team itself says they're not going down the right development path. So that I can't help you with. So maybe that's what he's more upset about. Who else do I want to talk about? Chris Rock. Sorry, this is going to make sense in a second. Chris Rock released a new stand-up on Netflix. And what was more funny than that, though, is Esteban Ocon just doing his best to stay in the pit lane for as long as possible. He got the penalty for being out of position. Then he served that penalty, and then they started working on the car too quickly. So he's got another penalty for that. And then he took the speed limit off too early when he was leaving the pit lane and got a penalty for coming into the pits when he was serving a penalty. I'm messing up. It was one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. And I actually felt happy for him when they retired him. I was like, just let the guy, just leave him. He's already dead. Just stop. Last thing I want to talk about, though. This is the sky has gone black, the sky is falling, the sun has burst. I said after pre-season testing, that McLaren have shit the bed. They haven't shit the bed. They've diarrhea, vomited, pissed the bed. I don't know what they've done to this bed, but this is absolutely insane. Really? I'd go as far as say heartbreaking. I mean, if it's not bad enough that the car's a shitbox and it's so slow it can barely get out of its own way, it's the most unreliable car as well. Oscar Piastri is out with some kind of electrical issue. Lando was the other one who didn't want to get out of the pits. They kept bringing him in to top the gas up on the engine. Like, this is a Formula One team, and you're bringing the car in every 17 laps, whatever it was, to fill up on gas. I've never seen anything like it. It was bizarre. Shout out to Logan Sargent, though. I think Logan Sargent has been the most impressive rookie so far. Doesn't help that Piastri's got this awful shitbox to contend with, but Logan Sargent really impressed me. I've always rated him highly. I thought he was a bit underrated going into the season, and people were a bit like, it's just because he's American. No, I think he's the real deal, and I'm really impressed with his debut. Who's the other rookie? I've actually completely forgotten. Sorry, whoever it is. Nick de Vries. Whatever. I'm not angry, I'm not happy, and whatever. It's kind of indifferent. And Piastri, yeah, like I said, he's got a difficult situation. But let me know what you thought about the race. More importantly, let me know about the prospects for the season. Are you one of these doom and gloom people that think it's all over, just give Max the championship now? Or do you see it a bit more how I see it and see that this could get very, very tasty indeed?